Alright, here today we have some very, very exciting news for Jurassic World Evolution 2. You'll notice my voice is kind of weird because I have a cold right now. You may have already heard the news about the new DLC and free update that's been announced, but here you just saw the trailer. We're going to go ahead and go through the two articles that Frontier have released with all the information on the update. There's some very exciting stuff. Here we are. You can read these articles on Frontier's forums or the official Jurassic World Evolution 2 website. You can see the silhouette of the Archelodon in the background for the, the promo photo. I think that looks really good. And here we have the name coming August 10th, July 2023, so 6 days from now. There's the trailer that I just showed you all. Welcome, park managers, to our latest species pack. So this is a species pack, not an expansion, but I'm going to tell you what I think about why that might be, because we should have an expansion this time. Introducing the new Jurassic World Evolution 2 Prehistoric Marine Species Pack coming August 10th. Give your guest an unforgettable underwater experience with 4 new marine species. House gentle giants, prehistoric reptiles, and powerful armored predators in your lagoons. Shall we take a closer look at what's coming in Jurassic World Evolution 2 Prehistoric Marine Species Pack? Alright, first we have the Archelodon. I know this is a species lots of people wanted, or if not just this one, some sort of prehistoric turtle. There's a reason Archelodon's name means ruler turtle. Thought to have lived in the late Cretaceous period, Archelodon remains the largest turtle ever discovered. Giant flippers, Archelodon was a fast swimmer, which is bound to make a breathtaking addition for your guests. In the pictures it looks quite small, but I believe it's like a 2-ton creature. And it says it's a fast swimmer, so that'll be interesting to see because all our lagoon creatures currently are quite slow, meandering creatures. Sorry. So it'll be interesting to see if these can really just dart around through the lagoons. In the background there, you'll see something very exciting, which there's more info on in the other article. This is our underwater viewing dome, which I'll tell you more about later when I get there. The Dunkleosteus, of course, probably for me and for lots of people, one of the #1 species to be added to our aquatic list of species. Sporting a massive sharpened jaw, this powerful armored fish is one of the most intimidating of its time. This voracious predator could soon be stalking your lagoons for better or worse. Here we have it. They're going with the old design instead of the new one. This is the tail that they released on their Twitter page, and that we thought was a megalodon. In that image, to me, it looked like it was bioluminescent, although it does not mention that this will have a skin for that. Maybe I was just looking at it wrong. But in fact, Dunkleosteus' tail was not shaped like this, like a shark's. It just went up, just like cutting off this this bottom flipper. And they didn't make it the beach ball of death that the new article has suggested that it most likely was. Which I don't mind at all. I like this design better. I wouldn't have minded either way, but most likely they modeled this several months ago, possibly before that research was out. And Nothosaurus, of course, from the Camp Cretaceous Season 4 and 5. This is a species that we all thought would be added at some point to the game. I was beginning to think that maybe it wouldn't. Here, I'll read this. Look at those teeth. This nimble, distinctive predator roamed the shores of the late Triassic, propelling itself forward with webbed feet. With bioluminescent skin also available, your guests won't be able to tear their eyes from this incredible species. So, that's why I think the Dunkleosteus won't have a bioluminescent skin, because it would have mentioned, most likely, they both would. Anyway. Nothosaurus. Very exciting. I'm very excited about all these creatures, but it actually probably is my least excited of this, probably the least exciting for this pack. Although I would like to see if Nothosaurus is also fast in the water, because it definitely was in the show. This is also one of our only Triassic species. I believe we only have, this will be the 3rd, and then the next ones are 4th. Correct me if I'm wrong, I may be forgetting 1 or 2. Shionosaurus, our giant ichthyosaur. Sadly not Shastasaurus, although I will definitely take this fabulous creature. With a notably round, rotund frame, Shionosaurus was a graceful giant of the late Triassic, with only a long, skinny snout, the Shionosaurus would rely on its size to fend off would-be predators. The Shastosaurus, I believe, did have teeth. Yeah, I believe Shastosaurus did have teeth and was about twice the size, well, not quite, nearly twice the size of Shionosaurus. Although I see why they may have gone with this one. A larger creature's sometimes just more difficult. Lagoon Rock Platform. This is part of the DLC, so this isn't going to be a part of the free update, but that makes sense because only DLC creatures can use it. You'll be able to make your lagoons truly stand out with an all-new Lagoon Rock Platform. This will provide an above-water resting spot for both Archelodon and Nothosaurus, whilst also providing your park guests with an incredible look at these stunning species. And with Update 7, we've got some very exciting, very is italicized, features coming in Update 7, which is free to all Jurassic Evolution 2 players, including quality of life and bug fixes. However, you'll have to come back tomorrow, Friday, August 4th, so that's already out, to get all the details and our upcoming free update highlights. Although, something I noticed is that they did not mention the price of this DLC. It will probably be $8, but I would not be surprised if it was $10. Alright, free Update 7 highlight. You can already see from this picture some very exciting things. Hey park managers, you may have seen some of our teasers on our social channels by now, and we're sure you're hankering to see what's coming in free Update 7. So that means it's time for a free update highlight. We've got a range of incredible additions coming your way in Update 7. Shall we dive in? Look, they have a little pun there, because it's like lagoons. Custom challenge mode. This is something actually really exciting, even though I never play challenge mode. And they don't mention here, but I do want to wonder if this will work for console players at all. Whether you finished up on your Jurassic difficulty challenges or are wanting to see whether your friend's park management skills are up to scratch, you'll be able to enjoy a brand new challenge with custom challenge mode. From selecting the map and up to 3 objectives, customizing over 40 settings so that your challenge is totally unique. And you'll be able to create and share your very own challenges. Each challenge you create will generate its own unique share code so that you can send it to your friends or share on your social channels. We'll be sharing some of our own custom challenges from familiar faces on our channels in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out. I don't believe that will work on consoles, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe it will. I'd be very excited if it does because I play the game on console. We can, actually, I'm going to go look at this image. So, you can see lots of the settings here. You can pause it to read them. I'm not going to read them all right now. But up here, we have this little bar. I don't know if that changes. It has a rating number. I wonder if that tells you what difficulty challenge it is. I believe that's the symbol that's usually used for the difficulty. I'm not sure. This looks really, really cool. I'm going to build something with this as soon as it's out. Lagoon Viewing Dome. With the incredible new species coming to your Lagoons of Jurassic Evolution 2 Prehistoric Marine Species Pack, we're offering your park guests a whole new way to observe them with a Lagoon Viewing Dome. This brand new viewing area will function much like the remote viewing galleries included in our previous update. And all remote viewing gallery entrances will also be able to snap to the edges of your lagoons, making your guest experience even better. Lagoon Viewing Domes will offer a whole new underwater view for your guests, allowing them to see your marine species like never before. Alright, so think here, the Mosasaurus almost always stays near the surface of the water. So I wonder if it's some sort of animation where it can look at these, or if they're adding new behavior, which they don't mention here. That would be a big thing, but you'll see at the end of the article they say that the quality of life things are coming, they'll reveal those on August 10th. So maybe they've included that in quality of life, maybe just to make us wait for a little bit. Next we have the lagoon. Wait, I just read that. This is something very exciting. I wish they'd just give us skin previews in the hatchery menu instead, but some very cool stuff. Skin and dinosaur favoriting. As of Update 7, we'll be introducing 2 new features to make it easier than ever to both manage your favorite skins and variations and keep an eye out on your favorite species once they're in your park. First up, you'll now be able to mark skin and pattern color variants as favorites in the species viewer, allowing you to save variations that you prefer in a simple, easy-to-see way when you're in the hatchery genome editing menu. That's very, very helpful. You'll then be able to choose only randomized... You'll then be able to choose only randomize your favorited color variants, allowing them to be even more freedom over how your species look in the park. Something interesting about this is that means we can now create the Raptor Squad pretty easily by favoriting just those skins and then randomizing it. And so then that would only take up one spot in the hatchery. You'll now be able to favorite specific dinosaurs in your park. This will allow you to receive notifications when those dinosaurs in particular are performing interesting behaviors. This is going to be interesting with the T-Rex, which roars about every 30 seconds, as well as placing a beacon at their current location so you can easily head to them. Your favorite dinosaurs will also appear with a green highlight in your map overview, so you can always check on them when needed. I think this is going to be really helpful for park tours and such. It would be much easier if we could just go to the species viewer directly from the game, which I don't believe we can with this update. Placeable amphitheater, finally, something that we've wanted since the launch of the game. We're not in San Diego anymore. Yep, that's right. With Update 7, you'll now be able to place an amphitheater in your sandbox parks. As part of the Jurassic Park building style, we know this is something that's been highly requested, so we're very much looking forward to seeing what you do with this iconic building in your parks. Yes! Okay, I have some great ideas for what I'm going to do with this. You can watch the channel for when that park build comes out. Anyway. Yes, you can see here the dinosaur guest hostility. Want to make your prehistoric species a little more free range? Now with Update 7, you'll be able to. Starting a new sandbox park, you can toggle dinosaur danger to guest on or off, or set it to carnivores only. With this setting off, any prehistoric species not in enclosures won't attack or injure your guests, and your safety rating and incident prevention ratings won't be impacted either. Nothing safer than a dinosaur park. This is really great for creating petting zoos and such, or even just like a walkthrough experience, or just, it's really versatile. But I want to mention this guy. He's pointing at the Parasaurolophus. I mean, I know guests, they randomly point at things. In this case, he just happens to be lucky to be pointing at the dinosaur. Although I do wonder if that means that he can recognize that it's there from the path. But I don't think so, because there was a screenshot that Frontier showed with them placing the amphitheater, and in the background there wasn't like any, they were in the visibility view mode, and there didn't seem to be anything from the path. But that would be great if they were going to do something like that. Dinosaur hostility isn't the only change we've got coming up for Sandbox Parks in Update 7. You'll now be able to enjoy all maps in Sandbox mode without having to meet their unlock requirements, so that all levels are available without requiring progression in other game modes. This means at this point you can basically just buy the game, and as soon as you get it, go straight into Sandbox. You don't have to do anything. Oh yes, here is the kicker. The most exciting thing for me, probably, because I like to build escape experiences, horror experiences, that sort of stuff. I'm going to be starting a build on that in the next couple months. I'm not sure, I have some other videos I want to make first. Anyway, you'll also find that you can add cosmetic damage to your sandbox buildings without affecting gameplay. Found in the Demolish menu option, you can choose to make your buildings look a little more worse for wear. Wow, that is so versatile, and the thing for me, this doesn't work if it doesn't apply to fences. This must apply to fences, or it's not what it needs to be. But that's still really cool. I wonder if the buildings will catch on fire or not. That would be interesting. Well, no, you can't do that. But this is really interesting. I'd like to see how this will work in-game. We hope you've enjoyed this highlight covering the new free update. Park Manager's full patch notes on all the quality of life changes as well as bug fixes will be available on the 10th of August. I think this is this article on the quality of life will probably have stuff to do and tell us anything that's coming for marine species behavior, which hopefully we'll get a little bit, because for the Lagoon DLC, this isn't very Lagoon heavy. Now, I want to talk about my little theory for what I think is coming. So, normally we get a expansion every 6 months and a DLC every 3 months. This is not an expansion. We should have had an expansion this June, but instead we got the free update, which was a very good free update, but there was no DLC. So we thought, okay, we'll just be getting a DLC shortly after this, which is this. It's a little later than expected, but it's coming in August, which puts Frontier off of their regular 3-month schedule. And this isn't even an expansion, it's just a regular DLC. So you have to wonder, it seems like we're lacking a bit of content. We haven't had an expansion all this year. So this is what I think is going to happen. Next month, we will be getting an aviary-themed DLC to match this lagoon one. So a double feature to make up for it not being an expansion. We'll be getting a double feature DLC, and that'll also put them back on their regular schedule. And if I were to guess for the aviary species pack, I would say that we'll be getting the Meganura and perhaps something like Archaeopteryx or Eomorphodon, or even something like Microraptor that can, and both of those will be able to feed from insect feeders. Then we'd have something big that's similar in size to the Quetzal, something like a Hexaceratops, but another big creature. And then I think that will also come with a new, I don't know what the fourth one will be, maybe just another medium pterosaur, it could be anything. And then I believe that it would be likely for us to get big rock spires to be placed in our lagoons, and a new lagoon attraction. Sorry, not lagoon, aviary. I'm saying lagoon because of this. I think that's very plausible to be coming quite soon next month, and then in December we'll have a regular species pack on schedule. No. Yes, we'll be having another species pack in December, and then March, which will be free update 10, will be the final DLC / update for Jurassic World Evolution 2, and it's going to be a huge expansion. And I think that's what's going to happen. If you're still, I doubt many of you are still even watching this video, so you're not going to be hearing my theory. But keep your eyes out for this update. Very exciting stuff. I would definitely recommend getting it. It'll probably be $8, maybe $10. Excellent DLC. Yeah, thinking of a closing now. I should have thought of a closing before I recorded this.